So good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Tuesday Talks at 10:30. I'm Evidential Medium Stacy Niedenthal, and we're going to talk today about, a vision that I had. And it's very interesting, and I hope that you guys find it as interesting as I did, or I do. Just going to see if I can see comments. Let me know that you're here. I'm not sure what the technical issues are, but not a problem. No harm, no foul. I see people are watching, so cool. Okay. Let me see some comments, if possible. So, let's see. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I got all of this technology set up, and I don't know how to use hardly any of it, but that's okay. So every Tuesday at 10:30, I come to you and I talk to you about meditation, about grief, about hello, I see comments, awesome. We talk about things that maybe you're not always comfortable in talking to other people about. So it's just that moment where we spend about an hour, and we just, like I said, we just sit down and we have a talk. I tell you things that, kind of come to mind that I feel like I'm guided to talk about. So I am here in Bel Air, Maryland. I got here yesterday. We did 2 groups yesterday. I've got some privates today. The podcast is tonight at 8 p.m. on Bold Brave Media, so definitely tune in to that. While I'm here, right at this very moment, Denise is in surgery for her shoulder, so if you could send some prayers out to her. She was very excited about this surgery, so that her other arm could be as bionic as the first arm. So just keep her in your prayers. I would appreciate that. I will be back. I won't be back in Bel Air until January, but I do have some appointments. If you go on connectingtospiritwithstacy.com, you can schedule an appointment there, whether it is virtual or in person. You can choose those. So let me just do one thing here, and we will get started. Okay, so if this is the first time that you've been on, welcome. Put a 1. Let me know where you're watching from. It always, it amazes me where I see that my viewers are coming in from. So I so appreciate that. And if this is your first time, put a 1, and I will personally welcome you. So, Evidential Medium, Stacy Niedenthal, Connecting to Spirit with Stacy. Tuesday Talks at 10:30. Hello. Welcome in. So I wanted to share with you today this vision that I had, right? Let me get a drink first. And I got this vision while I was meditating, having a massage, right? So I always talk to you guys about self-care. I always say to you, choose a day where you can do something for yourself. And I've always been very good at once a month, I go and I have a massage. It's a 90-minute massage. It's my day. And my schedule kind of took over the last couple months. And I got away from my self-care day. So I finally scheduled it. And I actually scheduled like a couple months. And I usually schedule like the year in advance. And if we need to move some things around, we do. But it is so important to me to be able to have this time where it is just about me and connecting to consciousness. And when I scheduled this appointment and I went, and as I was getting prepared to lay on the table, I set my intention that I wanted my guides to come in with a vital message of empowerment. And I wanted to be able to say, you know what, there's a reason why I haven't done this for a while. And I wanted to make sure that I was silent and able to receive this message. So this is something that I've been working on for a while. And anyone who meditates knows that when you're meditating, your voice starts to pop in and, oh, what's that? And, oh, I need to do this. But I've really been taking the time, probably over the last year, where I just want to absorb the meditation. And if you haven't gotten to that point, don't worry about it. Keep trying. You will get to that point. And I would even start where I would do like 2-minute meditations to get that. Excuse me. So I wanted to be sure that I was able to fully relax, fully disengage from the world around me. And so this is my intention when I'm, preparing for my massage. So when the massage starts, almost instantly, I can see different colors kind of swirling around me. And sorry, I don't know why my throat is, maybe my throat chakra's out of whack. Hold on a second. There we go. Let me get back to where I was. I have my notes. So the vision started almost immediately, and I would see these swirling colors of reds and yellows and oranges. And like I said, I know a lot of these are my chakra colors. I know they're lining up and they're getting into place. And with these colors are also swirling in different faces that are around me. And I was just noticing. I wasn't focusing in on the faces. I was just, and it was almost like they were coming in and taking a look at me. And they were just kind of hovering around me. And I'll tell you, I intuitively understood after my vision was over, but I am a researcher of what the meanings are. And I felt that I needed to really meditate on or think about what the message was. So I did for almost 2 weeks before I looked at what the meanings are. And we're going to discuss the meanings as I go. So I just kind of like to walk you through the vision. And like I said, I'm going to explain the meanings as I go. So as I'm laying there setting my intentions, I have Gregorian monk music playing. That's what's in the room. That's what's filling the room. I had asked for a message that would empower me. And if you've never listened to like Gregorian monks, definitely during a meditation, listen to that, because the vibration is just amazing with this. So I took several deep cleansing breaths. And like I told you, I was already had these colors around and all these faces that were around me with the monks that were singing. And all of a sudden, this Aborigines man was front and center, and all the other faces went away. And as this man came into view, he said nothing. And there were 2 elephants, 2 pachyderms that were there. And he suggested that I mount this elephant. And I asked him where we were going. And he said nothing. I just felt I needed to get aboard this elephant. And when I asked him where we were going, like I said, he said nothing. I asked him why an elephant. He said nothing. I asked him what his name was. And he turned around and he said his name was Jacob. And me being me, I was like, okay, I have this Aborigines guide named Jacob. I would think it would be, some, I don't know, unusual name. But when I said Jacob, he instantly put his finger up and very sternly said, silence. So I thought, okay, I need to get silent. So I got silent while I am on this elephant. And I noticed that as we were traveling, it was almost like we were gliding through this jungle. So the meaning behind him being Aborigines symbolizes a connection to animals and plants and to nature. It represents the connection of my ancestors, clan, family, tribe, however you want to say that. But it is a guiding force that is my significant life roles. It's the responsibility within the community. So within my ancestors, within the community, he being Aborigines signifies the importance of not only my past ancestors, but also those who are coming after me and what my role is in the family. It's that connectiveness, the collectiveness. It's my innermost feelings of me and my higher me, my past me, my present me, my future me, but also those that are surrounding me, that are part of my tribe, that are part of my ancestral background. All right? So I know this is like kind of deep, but I know that you get it. So we are on two separate elephants, two separate pachyderms with this woven blanket. The elephant is a symbol of strength and memory and power. So memory of my past lives, memory of what my ancestors are bringing to me, the DNA that's running through me. Elephants also represent removing obstacles and bringing wisdom and luck and prosperity, but it's clearing the path. Also represents family, because elephants stay with their herd for life. Interesting. So they're also considered cosmic creatures that carry the weight of the world on their backs. They face obstacles, but they clear the path for others. So all of this is the symbolism of what I am going through, but it feels going through what I am, like the journey that I'm on. So it's this very special message that's emerging. And intuitively, I kind of know what's going on. But like I said, I had to research the symbols as well. So we're on these elephants in silence. And as we're traveling, I'm noticing the beauty that's around me. And my guide Jacob is pointing to different things, whether it be flowers or the trees that we're in, the way the air smells or the way the dew feels on my skin. And it's letting me know that sometimes I miss the beauty of things. And I felt as if he was acknowledging that I need to slow down and notice these things. That I need to take a breath. That I need to just be sometimes. Okay? So as all of this is coming into my mind's eye, my emotions, my body, like I said, my mind's eye, and I'm getting the hint of this message, he stops at this cliff. And he tells me it's the cliff of many stones. And I am instructed to dismount the elephant, the pachyderm, and stand at the edge of this cliff. So as I'm standing at this cliff of many stones, and it is so empowering and releasing at the same time, because all of a sudden all these pebbles are falling from my body. I can feel like my hardness cracking and falling away from me. And there's light that's coming from his fingers that's encompassing my body. And the stones are falling from my head and my shoulders and my fingers and my heart and my feet. And I'm covered in this light of love from Jacob. And I'm closing my eyes and I'm feeling the warmth and I'm feeling the love as these stones are falling away from me. Now, when my husband and I travel, or when I'm in the car, if the sun is like beating down through the window that I'm in, if I'm not driving, I am the person that my son, it's like I'm a dog with my head out the window, but I have this sun on my face. And I love the sun on my face. And I'm a Leo, so I'm the sign of the sun as well. So I could feel this warmth as all these stones were melting away from me. So when I finally go to open up my eyes, he's not there. Jacob is no longer in my vision. So in my mind's eye, I feel him tell me that I need to go to the waterfall. And I have no idea where the waterfall is, and I can feel myself telling him, I don't know where I'm going. Come back, show me where the waterfall is. And he disagreed with me, and he said that I knew where to go. So, sidebar. So we're going to reflect on the symbolism before we continue. So standing at the cliff of stones, and at the edge of the cliff of stones. Now, I don't have as big of a fear of heights as I used to, but let me tell you, if there was a cliff, I would not be standing on the edge of that. All right? I would be standing back from it, looking at the beauty of it. But what it represents is I'm in a very risky, vulnerable position right now. And it's critical at the moment that I make a decision, that something needs to be made, that I'm going through a rough point of my life, but it is leading me to victory. And I got to tell you, there's some struggles that I've been going through lately, the human side, the spiritual side, where I'm going, what's happening. The stones dropping off represent a situation that I've been holding on to. So there's a situation that happened several months ago, and when we did the women's retreat and we did the drum circle and the full moon release, this is what I wrote down, put in the fire that I wanted to get rid of. And I felt this release. I gave it to the universe. But apparently, and I know, it's one of those things that still keeps popping up in my head. So I know I needed to release it even more. And these were some of these stones that I'd built this wall around myself, that I had gotten this hardness within maybe my heart, or have been kind of standoffish. I intuitively felt like I had built this heavy workload around me with all of these projects. And a lot of these projects I wanted to get done before the women's retreat. I thought that I had this moment of enlightenment before the retreat where I said, you know what, this isn't going to get done. I'm going to put this to the side. But then when I got back from the retreat, instantly, like this was coming. And part of the wall that I had placed around myself, in all of these things that needed to be done, resolved in victory, because they were things that I got done, that I had retrieved and received. But apparently I had taken some of these back on. Interesting, right? So, back to the waterfall. So, I'm literally feeling like I'm alone, feeling lost. I feel like I'm turning around in circles. I feel like literally like my right foot isn't moving, but my left foot is, and I'm just turning in circles. I felt like I was saying to Jacob, I don't know where I'm going. You left me alone here in this jungle. I need you to show me. And he was just letting me know sternly that I needed to figure it out myself. I knew the direction that I needed to go into, but something would show me the way if I would just get quiet, get out of my mind, and listen and feel and know. So I got quiet, and I saw this condor circling around me. And as I see this condor, I felt this sense of relief. And for years, I've been drawn to the thunderbird. Come to find out, thunderbird, condor, kind of one and the same. So as I'm looking at this condor that's flying around, I instantly feel like I know the way. I can smell the water. I don't feel alone anymore. And I just was, with my eye on the condor, I just started to walk and sense where I was going. And every once in a while, I thought to myself, I don't know where I'm going, but I knew I just needed to move forward. And when I started hearing the waterfall, it was unusual when it came into view because it was unlike any waterfall I'd ever seen. I was assuming kind of like Niagara Falls, it would be obvious, but it was this powerful waterfall. But not only was the water falling down, there were spurts of water coming up as well. And there were these cobblestones under the waterfall where the water was coming up that were wet, and they were going from one side of the waterfall to the other side. And I felt that it was very important that I needed to get on the other side. And it was important that I paid attention to these cobblestones as I walked. And as I touched each cobblestone and walked to the other side, I felt as though there was this warmth around me, and I was being cleansed from doubts, from mistakes, from past events that I no longer needed to harness within myself. And I felt this protection around me from the water that not was only falling over me, but was coming up through the cobblestones. And as I was walking, I felt that it was very important not to fall into the water. I needed to go straight forward. I needed to allow this water to wash over me from my crown chakra to my root chakra, from my root chakra to my crown chakra, that my whole body needed to be cleansed in this warm water and the light that was around me. So, back to the symbolism. So the waterfall symbolizes letting go of cleansing. It is releasing the negative thoughts that pulsate in your mind, your body, and your spirit. And remember, I said there were some things that I was struggling with that I thought that I had released in the drum circle, at the fire circle, that still kind of came in. So these things that still kind of pulsate, this is washing this away. It's a reminder of God's faithfulness, of the protection. The waterfall, and I love this, the waterfall absorbs all the prayers, and it brings good medicine and rebirth. It absorbs my prayers. So as I'm walking through this waterfall, I know that I'm being told that there's new things that are happening. I needed to kind of get out of my humanness and just allow Spirit to lead me. And I was asking to release the doubt and the fear, and to know that I was going in the right direction, and just to kind of surround me in this. So the waterfall harnesses the power of the water. It generates electricity, energy, vibration. The water is always ready to change. It's fluid. So it can go through all the cracks, or it can, fall down, or it can spurt up. So it creates transformation. Okay? So all these things, I was just like, all this stuff was just like popping off in my vision. And I was so quiet, and I was so in tune with that. Being guided by a condor is associated with the sun. It's believed to rule the upper world, the sky, the future. I'm asking about my path. I'm looking to the sky. I'm looking to the future. It is the path of the heart. So all of my intention that I put out there before I hit the massage table, all of these symbols are like coming into view with this. It's that feminine energy. The condor emerges to the higher version. It is that purification, the spiritual guidance. It's being transformed to seek a higher perspective and understanding. So as the massage was coming to a close, I felt like I was coming back down into my body, because I feel like I rise above my body. And I started feeling like I was floating down back into my body with this sense of lightness and love and energy. And in my mind, I felt like, oh, I have to research all this, and I have to, and very sternly, I heard Jacob say to me, why do you need to research those things that you already know? So, for 2 weeks, I've thought about this message before I actually talk to you about it. And I know that things need to fall away. And I know that the direction that I'm going in is at a higher vibration level, that I just need to get rid of the human doubt and allow spirit to guide me, to know that God has a plan, and to sometimes just be and absorb that. So I felt that I was being cleansed from the earthly worries. There's so much crap going on in this world today. And I felt like, you know what? I can't get sucked up into that. So I felt like I was being cleansed from that. I feel like the stones that had fallen away were my doubt, my worry, the pettiness of some things that are going on, that I needed to continue with what I felt was my soul journey and not to worry about it, because I will be led in the proper channels. I need to seek a higher version, a higher vision of consciousness to enable the transformation of my higher self. My energy is being cleansed, and it's almost like I need to await further guidance from the condor. Jacob, my new guides that have been assigned to me. And I just need to get quiet and trust and notice the beauty that's around me. I know that God hears my prayers. And I know that in time, I will know what I need to do. But until then, I just need to disregard the worries of the world and know that helping others is part of my journey. I know that I just need to not be as critical on myself as I have been and compare myself to others. And it's difficult sometimes to not compare, the people that are around you. So I feel like when I get that gunk in my head, I have to just come back to my heart, come back to love. And how many times have I preached to you guys, live from the inside out, trust your heart, live through love, trust your intuition. So here I am, every Tuesday at 10:30 or on the podcast at night, that I talk to you about being heart-centered, to let the worries fall away. Here I am getting caught in my own little spider web, and had this statue of hardness, maybe of stones, building around me. Maybe this was doubt, maybe this was worries, maybe these were some things from the world that I have left affect me, that have needed to be lessons now that I need to look at but not hold on to. Does that make sense? I wish I could see the comments, and I'm not seeing any comments. I'm sure you guys are commenting on this. But it was just an amazing, I don't know, if you guys have never had a 90-minute massage and listen to the Gregorian monks around you and set your intentions to just be, I highly recommend it. It can be life-changing. I feel like my guide being Jacob, knowing that I would be like, Jacob? Well, that's a silly name. And him putting me in silence says to me, listen more. You don't always have to be speaking. And when I am meditating, like I said, I've been working probably for about a year or so to just get quiet. When I've meditated in the past, if a thought came in, I would just acknowledge the thought and let it go. And I still do that if a thought comes in. But it's one of those things where I've worked on blending with the meditation, almost like encompassing it and being the meditation. I know it sounds a little woo-woo, but it's this whole different feeling, this whole different thought process that, and I even wrote here, what did I say? That God hears my prayers, and in time I will know what I need to know, and until then I will discard the worries of the world in order to help others on their journey. So I've always felt called to help heal others, to put them on a path of healing, whether it is mind, body, spirit, to help others open up to the spirit world, to open up to their innermost beings, to help you walk through depression, anxiety, grief, death. Now, I am not a counselor, so don't think that I'm a counselor. There are great counselors that are out there that can give you the tools. But if you need help with meditating, if you need help connecting to the spirit realm with grief, with guidance, with your spiritual path, I might be able to help you. So you know how to reach me. You can go to my website, connectingtospiritwithstacy.com. You can click on schedule an appointment if you want a one-on-one, or you want to do a small group. If you want me to come to you, message me and we can schedule something. I do come to Bel Air, Maryland once a month. I'm here right now. Please send good vibes, good prayers out to Denise as she's going through her bionic transformation and surgery. I know it's going to be a great and wonderful thing for her, but I don't know, guys. The world is opening up to, I don't know, a better place, spirit-wise. And I think that if we can wash off the gunk of the human life, not get caught up in whether it's the news or social media drama, we decide and we find what now is important to us, to grow within, to give what we've learned, and to help others, it'll be a much better world. All right, guys. I'm Stacy Niedenthal, Evidential Medium, Connecting to Spirit with Stacy. Hey, tune in tonight at 8 p.m. on Bold Brave Media, YouTube. I'm going to try and go live on Facebook during the podcast, but I've pulled a couple shaman cards that I want to talk about, and one talks about the feminine energy, which we talked about here in my vision. But if you've had a vision and you want to share it with me, I'd love to hear about it. Connecting to Spirit with Stacy at gmail.com. Private message me. But we're all in this together. We are in this human body, but living a spiritual experience. All right, guys. I will see you next Tuesday at 10:30. If you have a suggestion of something you want me to talk about, please reach out. I hope that you all are living the life you love and loving the life you live. If not, you're the only one that can change it. I'll see you next week or tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bold Brave Media. Here live on Facebook. May even do a live angel card reading afterwards, depending on how Denise is. But I will catch you either tonight or next week. Peace out. I love you all very much, and I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, bye.